Baseball Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson sat on the Fox Sports panel to discuss the passing of the late great Willie Mays, who died a few weeks ago at the age of 93. The discussion was being held at the Rick Wood Field, which is one of the oldest, I think it is the oldest baseball stadium to date. And the conversation was going, fairly normal when there was a question posed about how Reggie felt about being back on this field, on this particular field, from the time that he played. And he let them have it in the most respectful way. He gave a impromptu history lesson. I fast forwarded to where the question began. So let's get right into it. It's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.
Reggie, the baton has been passed for over a century here. We've been talking earlier about if it wasn't for the Willie Mays, the Jackie Robinson, the Reggie Jacksons, the three of us wouldn't have an opportunity to play. How emotional is it for you to come back to a play that you played with one of the greatest teams around?
Alex, when people ask me a question like that, it's like coming back here is not easy. The racism that I played here, when I played here, the difficulty of going through different places where we traveled. Fortunately, I had a manager and I had players on the team that helped me get through it. But I wouldn't wish it on anybody. People said to me today, I spoke, and they said, you think you're a better person, you think you won when you played here in Concord. I said, I would never want to do it again. I walked into restaurants and they would point at me and said, can't eat here. I would go to a hotel and they said, can't stay here. We went to Charlie Finley's country club for a welcome home dinner and they pointed me out with the N-word. He can't come in here. Finley marched the whole team out. Finally, they let me in there. He said, we're going to go to the diner and eat hamburgers. We'll go where we're wanted. Fortunately, I had a manager, Johnny McNamara, that if I couldn't eat in the place, nobody would eat. We'd get food to travel. If I couldn't stay in a hotel, they'd drive to the next hotel and find a place where I could stay. Had it not been for Raleigh Fingers, Johnny McNamara, Dave Duncan, Joe and Sharon Rudy, I slept on their couch 3-4 nights a week for about a month and a half. Finally, they were threatened that they would burn our apartment complex down unless I got out. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. The year I came here, Bull Connor was the sheriff the year before. And they took minor league baseball out of here because in 1963, the Klan murdered 4 black girls, children, in 11, 12, 14 years old at a church here and never got indicted. They were from the Klan. Life magazine did a story on them like they were being honored. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. At the same time, had it not been for my white friends, had it not been for a white manager, and Rudy, Fingers, and Duncan, and Lee Myers, I would have never made it. I was too physically violent. I was ready to physically fight I'd have got killed here because I'd have beat someone's ass, and you'd have saw me in an oak tree somewhere.
Reggie, I can't even imagine. It's awful you had to go through that, but appreciate you sharing the rawness and the honesty of it with our audience. I mean, really,
we love you, Reg.
Yeah. Thank you.
They were
history
stuck.
lesson right there.
That's a great history lesson. Reggie Jackson telling us all about it, preaching. Wow, that's unbelievable.
He wasn't preaching. He was spitting facts. I have not seen. I'm happy that they actually posted it. I wish they wouldn't have bleeped it. I know when I saw it on Instagram, they kept the words in there, and it really shows the raw emotion that he had for it. But I really I'm happy that he did not sugarcoat it the way that most people probably do. He you could tell they were stuck at the end. Straight history lesson. And he just kept it real. He does not wish, even through all the success, being a Hall of Famer, he looks back and he does not wish that on anybody, and he's unwilling to let just because there has been a lot of time since then, he's unwilling to let the public forget about it. And rightfully so, he made sure to give credit to the allies that he had. The coach, some of the players, some of the people he knew that did not look like him, that were willing and able to help and jeopardize themselves. See, that's where, you know, that's where a lot of a lot of the discussion does not happen, right? We don't talk a lot about those you know, the groups of other races that actually truly want to help. I mean, it in my opinion, it's kind of hard these days to figure out who truly wants to help and you know who's faking it. But I'm glad that he was able to you know, to give them their credit where credit was due. You know, but he left it all out on the field for sure. Right, and they weren't expecting that. So shout out to let's give Reggie Jackson a round of applause. And lastly, to think that we have someone who's still alive, 78 years old, I believe, in his 70s at the most, and who has experienced that. And people want to say we need to forget about it. We need to leave it in the past, and you know, racism I'm talking about. And we got people who witnessed this 40, 50 years ago. No, it's still new, and this is the reason why we still have people with the mentality that they do, that want to go around trying to kill all black folks and keep, you know, African Americans out of certain spaces, and that's the reason why. The people are still alive. The people who are doing it are still alive. So y'all let me know what y'all think. I thought this was informative, to say the least, and an excellent show of character from Reggie Jackson. Y'all let me know what y'all think. It's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.